Hey y'all, it's the Brown Mystic. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming at y'all with a video about my launch and about how I made $2,000 with this money spell. Now, before I get into any of that, I do want to say that I didn't make this $2,000 overnight, and I really want people to get away from trying to manifest things overnight or just manifest things really quickly within like a time frame. I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with it, but I think that a lot of people fail to realize that I'm not gonna say it's not possible for you if you're not already like a seasoned manifester, but I think that people get into manifesting for the wrong reasons, and you know, they just want to manifest a quick buck or do this or that. And you know, I personally am more into manifesting money that grows and money that stays rather than just manifesting a large amount of money in one time. So for me, this story is really about how I started manifesting more money in general into my life, because I really have made, really the 2,000 that I'm talking about is just from like sales, like for my business. But I've made way more than that from other sources that I'm just not going to talk about on here because that's my personal business. That sounds like I do OnlyFans or something. I'm not doing OnlyFans, but yeah, just know that I've made a lot of way more money than this outside other things. But anyway, how did I make this $2,000 using my money spell? So I have this notebook here, and I'm gonna show this to y'all. This is like just a little bit of proof. So as you can see, I started the Brown Mystic in November, I think. Yeah, I started in November. I started doing tarot, like learning tarot, in October, and then in November I made the Brown Mystic. And when I started it, it wasn't even a business yet. It was just like an Instagram page that I had to practice my tarot. Like I would just post daily readings on there just to practice my skills, and then eventually I started practicing more and more on reading people, and I started gaining a little bit of audience and things like that. And so then it of course turned into a business. And yeah, so but I didn't make really any money from it last year. Like my business, honestly, I kept the faith up because I just knew that this is what I was supposed to do, but it wasn't popping off overnight. And even still, it's still not like, I'm not huge or nothing, but there has been growth. Okay, so in January, I always write down my stats for the month. So as you can see, in January I made $105 and I got 6 bookings. And at that point I didn't have any products offered yet, and my daily average income was $3.39. Then in February, you can see that I didn't make anything because I was being lazy. I was doubting myself, you know, I was feeling like a failure. And when you feel like a failure, you will fail. I want to put that out there too. Mindset is very important to this, so I am going to be including an exercise in here as well for the money spell. And then in March, I made $190 and I got 8 bookings, and my average income in March was $6. You know, to me, you have to keep in mind, in March, this was like a lot to me at the time, because I had never had 8 bookings in 1 month, let alone, I had never had 8 bookings, like, period. Like, before this, I was doing all free readings. I was trying to get people to pay, but people weren't really trying. Like, I didn't really have the market or the audience yet. And then in April is when I wrote this money spell, mind you. I wrote the money spell April 19th. As you can see right here, my goal for the month of April was $300, and I made $721. I got 31 bookings, and my average daily income went up to $24.05. Now, mind you, I wrote this spell on the 19th, right? So before this, dang, I don't have my notebook with me. I had all these numbers added up. But before the 19th, I had only made 2 something, or like 180 or something like that, because it was somewhere around here. This week right here is when I wrote this goal of $300, because I remember that at the time I had only made like 180 or something like that for the month. And I was like, well, if I already made 180 and there's 2 weeks left in the month, like I can make another $110. And you have to keep in mind, just even the fact that I'm thinking it's going to take me 2 weeks to make another $120, you can already tell how slow business was for me back then. And when I tell y'all, I wrote this spell on this day, And then first of all, just peep how 4 days later I had the busiest day that I had yet. I got 7 bookings this day and I made $143. Yeah, just 4 days later, and it kept going, and I got a lot of new clients. I raised my prices, and so by the end of April I had already made an additional $500 something since this date, or since I set the goal, whatever. And so yeah, I ended up making $721. And then in May, my goal was, as you can see, was $1,000, and I made $1,000 by the 9th. Okay, obviously if you can't tell in here, this is where I write how much money I make a day and like how many bookings I get and everything like that, just so that I can keep up with it for my own records, and of course for purposes like this to see how my business is growing. Yeah, I haven't done my May stats yet, but I know that and I'm closed right now, so I've already made all the money that I'm gonna make in May. But I think that I've made $1,641. I think I made $1,641 in May from the Brown Mystic. And mind you, I'm keeping up with this money spill. I'm doing this money spill pretty much every day, consistently. And yeah, y'all see the growth. The proof is in the pudding. Okay, but really I have made more than 2,000, because no, I think it's 2,000 since I actually wrote this book. No, it's still more than that. It's a little more than 2,000 that I have accumulated and made since this money spill. Okay, so with that being said, the first thing that you need to do before you do the money spill is to get your mind together. Okay, people always want to manifest this. How do I manifest money? How do I how do I do this? How do I do that? First of all, get your mind together. And I say that and I mean that. It's so important, because I probably did like 5 or 6 money spells before any of them worked. And the reason that they were not working is because I still had a lack mindset and I didn't even realize it, you know. I grew up, this money that I've made from my business, me making $1,600 from the Brown Mystic might sound like not much to somebody else, but for me to make that from my own company during a pandemic, while I'm laid off from my job. I'm a waitress typically. Well, I used to be a waitress, and you know, for me, the most money I would make in a week was like average, honestly, like $300 to $400. And if I had a really, really good week, which I really didn't, if I had a really, really good week, maybe 500. But as you can see, child, with my business here on May 7th, I made almost $500 in one day for my business. And so for me, that is a lot of growth. And you know, like I said, coming from being a server, being a waitress, making $2 an hour, leaving out the restaurant with like $40, I'm just not even, my brain was not used to the possibility of this, you know. And so I had to go through it myself and sit through myself and write down all of my limiting beliefs so that I could get rid of them. So the exercise that I have for you all is to do the exact same thing. So I want you to get you need a journal, or really a piece of paper, because you're going to tear it out of the journal anyway. So just a piece of paper, or you can write it in a journal and tear it out with this, whatever. And you want to get, I personally, you know, I'm deep into this. So when I do my magic, everything has intention. So I like to, when I'm doing any type of money work or abundance work, I like to use a green permanent marker. But any regular marker or pen will work. I don't recommend setting intentions or manifesting in pencil, because it's erasable. That kind of defeats the purpose. You need this to be set in stone, okay? So yeah, I definitely recommend getting a marker, even if it's not green. And you want to just write a letter to your lack mindset, to your limiting beliefs. And you say, "Dear lack mindset," okay? You know, you came into my life at a time where, you know, I was struggling and I was this and that. And, you know, you served me at the time, but you also told me that I couldn't have certain things. You told me that I wasn't capable of doing this, or that I would never be granted this opportunity. And I realize now that those things are lies, those things are false. And, you know, because of that, I think that we just need to break up. You know, it's not working out anymore. You don't serve me anymore. You know, I'm trying to grow, I'm trying to ascend, I'm trying to attract more abundance, more money into my life, and you're hindering me. You're stopping me from doing that. So, you know, this is goodbye, okay? You know, and then you write your little goodbye, and then you sign that letter, and then you take a lighter and you burn it. Okay, very simple. Now, I personally like to fold my paper twice away from me, because in magic, we fold things away from us when we want to remove, banish, anything like that. So since we're removing this lack mindset, I would recommend to fold your paper away from you once, turn it, and then fold it away from you again, and then burn it. That's what I do. And I always burn, whenever I'm trying to get rid of something, I always burn it behind me. So I live in an apartment complex, so I would go to the back of the building and burn my paper. If I was trying to attract something that I was burning, I would burn it in the front, okay? So if you live in a house, burn it in your backyard. If you stay in apartments, just go to the back of the building, like for the ashes, to get rid of the ashes. I don't burn inside the house. It's weird. But yeah, just write a letter to your lack mindset telling her bye. And then you're gonna write a letter to your abundance mindset, and you're gonna tell her hello. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing. Dear abundance mindset, thank you for entering my life. Thank you for showing me the options, the possibilities, the opportunities that are available to me. Thank you for allowing me to attract everything that I've ever wanted. Thank you for letting me know that I am deserving and that I am worthy of everything that I've ever wanted. Things like that. You just write your letter to abundance mindset, welcoming her, thanking her, saying, expressing your gratitude for this abundance mindset. And then at that one, I don't burn it. I just leave it in my journal, or leave it wherever I wrote it, and just keep it. You know, because that letter, we're inviting that energy in. So there's no reason to burn it. There's no reason to get rid of it, you know. And after that, after you have done this, that is so important. You cannot do the money spell without doing that, because it's not going to work. I'm going to just tell you that right now. And that's not to say that you don't have to use that exact technique to get rid of your lack mindset. If you want to do your own research and remove your lack mindset in another way, that's fine. But like I said, that is the way for the money spell to work. Okay, now on to the actual money spell. I'm so excited. Okay, so on to this actual money spell. My website will be opening in a couple of days on June 1st, and I will be launching my spells, okay, my manifestation spells, prayer. They are in a prayer format. So if you're not somebody that's into like candle magic and herb magic and things like that, you can still, this very much will work for you. It's literally just like a prayer. It's written to your higher powers. It's in the version of like a dear higher power, blah 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 blah. So yeah, if you're a Christian, if you pray, like it really doesn't matter. Like anybody can do this. This is not like anything that I think will interfere with anybody's spirituality or religion. Very open, very, like I said, it's really just a prayer. And so that's why I said it's important that you do the mental work, because it's a prayer, it's mental. You have to believe that your higher power is going to hear you and is going to grant your wishes. Otherwise, it's not going to work. And the link is down below in my bio. The spells are only $5. I have a lot of spells on there. Spells are only $5, but I do have bundle packages. So the more you buy, the less they cost. I know if you get, I don't remember all the prices right now, but I know that if you get 8 spells, they're $3.50 a piece. So they're $5 individual, but let's say if you get 8, it'll be $28 instead of $40. So very, very good deal, very cheap, okay? I honestly, because I'm like, the only reason that I even charged for it was because I'm like, I know that a lot of people don't take manifestation seriously. Like I said, they just think that, oh, I'm gonna just say this and then I'm gonna just try to get this money real quick, and they don't really take it serious. They don't, because really manifestation is about learning yourself and learning how you can co-create your own reality with your own higher power. And like I said, a lot of people don't want to do the work behind it. They just want to get to the part where poof, magic. And so that's why I'm charging $5, so that I know that people are actually serious about it. If you actually are interested in doing the spell, you'll pay $5, because you can spend $5 on literally anything else. Like, it's just $5. But I just wanted there to be some type of something that you have to go through to get this, because I already know that if I just gave this spell out for free on social media, like people are definitely going to take advantage of it, because people take advantage of magic and manifestation and spirituality now. So yeah, if you want to check out the spells, they're down below. It's very simple. It's literally just like a prayer. I say it in the morning when I wake up and at night before I go to sleep. and you see where it got me. And it's only been, that's only probably like 5 or 6 weeks of me using the spell. So I just already know, like, continuously the money is building. And that's why I think that this is so important too. Like I said, with taking it serious and making sure that your mindset is right and being consistent with it. Because like I said, I'm not, you know, not knocking anybody that manifests money quickly. There's nothing wrong with that. But I personally, like I said, I just personally would rather manifest long-term money. I would rather manifest money opportunities, business ideas. I'd rather manifest clients and have my money come to me that way so that it's long lasting. All right. So thank y'all so much for watching. Like I said, spells are in the link below. It's a digital link, so you can, once you pay the $5, you just download the link and then you can save it to your phone. And yeah, so that you can have access to it every day. Obviously, this is a service that people have to pay for, so I feel like I shouldn't have to say, but I am going to say that please don't, if you do buy the spell, don't post it online, because I will have it removed, and that's illegal. I could sue. I just want to put that out there, because I feel like most people wouldn't do that, but it's always that one person. So I just had to make that clear, okay, that if I see anybody screenshot, it's $5. There's no reason for you to, you know what I'm saying? Because if I see any screenshots, anything, anywhere, just know that you're gonna be hearing from me, okay? But because I wrote this spell myself, I did write this myself, I did put this together myself. So yeah, let me stop rambling now. Anyways, thank y'all so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I also have another video coming where I'm going to talk about these babies. They're all ugly. These babies. And thank y'all so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel out a lot. And yeah.